Welcome to the next episode of WaterparkRangers Let's Play Wind Waker. First off, I gotta say, last episode's ending was pretty much the most abrupt you've seen of any so far. To just kind of clear up what we're doing right now and where we are currently at, I believe this is Eastern Fairy Island, as Fishman has helped me out with the name. And we came here and destroyed a sea platform last episode. The reward was a horrible Bokobaba seed, and during my explanation of it, I kind of got wrapped up in that explanation. I kind of just dropped out the conclusion completely. But never mind that. There is important stuff to get done this episode in this quadrant. It is a fairy island that we've not visited before, so there's a new upgrade that we can get from it as well. And is there a treasure here? Yes, there is a treasure according to our chart. We might just stumble across it. Really, we have to be very careful. Oh, we're really close. Hopefully we'll aim right at it. We need to turn a little bit more sharply. Yep, we're pretty much on top of it. So, I wonder what it could be. I love if it was a piece of heart. It would be amazing if it was a piece of heart, because it would be good to have, like, a full 10 by the next place that we visit. Come on. Ah, silver rupee. You'd think I'd be excited to have 200 more rupees. Nope, just run-of-the-mill treasure. Anyway, at least we can get another blue choo-choo. I like blue choo-choos, they're so cool. They look kind of like Wobbuffet from Pokemon. Oh my god. In the first mystery dungeon, I still can't beat this one random training level just because it has nothing but Wobbuffet. They're so difficult to defeat, it's like, insane. They're so cheap, they put up all these ridiculous counters and stuff. So compared to them, blue choo-choos are really, really easy. I guess I like them more because they're not so horribly difficult to defeat. Anyway, let's go in here. Yes, I have played a couple of the mystery dungeon games, the first and the second. I haven't beat the first, namely because the story is not as involving as the second, therefore I have less motivation to finish it. I don't know if I'll ever get around to it. That's not important right now. What's important is that we're getting another bomb upgrade, as you can tell from the tint of the fairy. And if you couldn't tell, well, I'm sorry, but I explained it in an earlier episode, so it shouldn't really come as much of a spoiler. Anyway, I wonder exactly what the upgrade's gonna look like. The last one was like a silverish looking bag. Oh, okay. Wow, that's a huge bomb bag. Oh yeah, you also get all your magic and hearts replenished when you talk to the Great Fairy. We don't really have any need to take the others in a bottle right now, I don't think. So, that really finishes up. We have no more business here at the Fairy Fountain, or the island, or the quadrant itself. We've pretty much just done everything that we can do in this quadrant permanently, I think. Maybe later on there might be something to do here, because this game has so many different random events. Well, we're going to continue southeast to the next island here. Alright, as you can tell, I've cut a good distance ahead, because we're at the final Triangle Island. Yeah, this is where we're going to be placing the last of the pearls in this statue's hands. Interesting little trivia fact, this one has ears. You might notice all of them have a little stem-looking thing at the top. That's because they're supposed to resemble the Pikmin. The red statue has a nose, which is like the red Pikmin has a nose. The blue one has a mouth, like the blue one has a mouth-looking thing. And the greenish one has ears, because, you know, there's not really a yellow pearl. The Triforce is yellow, so the pearl has to be green. Kind of convoluted, but actually that's exactly what they were going for. So yeah, now we have all of them placed. Oh, there's also writing at the base of the statue. I never noticed that before. It's in Hylian, though, so I can't read that. But it actually has a translation somewhere, believe it or not. Not that it matters, because the statue has exploded, sending us flying through the sky. And there was actually, like, the goddess itself was inside the statue. Or something to that extent. More like another statue was inside the statue. It was a statue that more closely resembles the goddess instead of just a Pikmin-looking thing. Don't get me wrong, I love Pikmin. It's my favorite series, pretty much, even though it only has 2 games. Once again, a testament to its greatness. So look at that. The 3 Triangle Islands form the Triforce in the water. And that summons up Cthulhu! No, actually just a giant tower, which is pretty cool, too. It's like a giant submarine tower thing. It kind of reminds me of that, was it a Disney movie? Like Atlantis or whatever? It kind of gives me those kind of vibes. Obviously, I know that there was Atlantis before the movie. Don't get me wrong, I'm not quite that stupid. It's just the way it rises up and stuff, it kind of reminds me of the movie Atlantis. Really cool intro scene. Look at that thing, it's huge! Absolutely massive, like the tallest location in the game, pretty much. Can't think of anything taller.
This tower, which the pearls of the gods have caused to appear, is a place that the gods of the ancient worlds prepared so that they might test the courage of men. Only one who is able to overcome the trials that await here will be acknowledged by the gods to be a true hero. Only then will that hero be permitted to wield the power to destroy the great evil. Jack, that which you must obtain now lies before you. You must believe in your own courage, which has led you to triumph over the many hardships you have faced, and you must triumph once again. You must rise above the trial of the gods.
Alright, a brand new locale is open for exploration. Tower of the Gods. Also home of the third dungeon, which is appropriately titled, well, Tower of the Gods. Not even interior, because there are some exterior parts of the dungeon. But as tempting as it may be, just rush into that very tall-looking tower just for how epic it might be. There are, unfortunately, some things that we've got to get done first. Yes, I'm very sorry, but don't be too sad, because those things can get done right here in this quadrant. Even within the interior of this little circle right here, according to the chart. Yes, a treasure chart is actually telling us that there is something to be found in the waters around this place. Given how it's Tower of the Gods, it's obviously got to be a pretty special reward. I don't think so, it's probably just 200 rupees. But it's kind of interesting that a treasure chart from earlier in the game, before you know about the existence of this tower, details the existence of it on the map. It's kind of like a hint that this place exists. Or kind of just a misplaced chart that they could have used at a different point in the game once you knew the tower existed, so that there wasn't such a plot hole as to like how a random treasure chart guy knew this tower was here in the first place. Because it's like, usually this is just a void quadrant. But anyway, now that we have that 200 rupees, yeah, really not that special reward. You'll find that that's pretty much the most common thing you'll get from treasure charts, so 200 rupees really aren't that special in this game. Like, they're much more special in the other Zelda games, particularly Twilight Princess, where I think there's only like 2 or 3 in the whole game. I can only think of 2, and they're both in the final dungeon of Twilight Princess. I've ended up talking about that game a lot more than I thought I would, because honestly, it gets a bad rap for like people saying, oh, it was too similar to Ocarina, but you know, that's kind of what people are asking for sometimes. And I think it did a really good job. A fantastic game. Personally, I would recommend it for the Wii if you hadn't bought it for that system, just because that's the one I got it for, and it makes it seem like there's another good Wii game, even though it was technically designed for GameCube. So because the wind is at a bad place right now, I'm going to skip ahead for us getting in front of the tower. A couple seconds. Alright, it started to rain again, showing how much time has passed since it took me to get to the entrance of the tower. So we're going to start the third dungeon within the tower next episode. See you then.